This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is called Terephobia. It was written by McLean, who is also our keeper of arcane lore, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Julian Arba as his character, Henry Thomas. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Julian?
Thank you, Tom. The number one rule of any cameraman: never stop filming. Never stop filming. So the crew and I arrive at the Killian Wilderness Sanctuary area. And we arrive at this huge scene of, it looks like a festival. There's campers, there's flags, there's barbecues going on. It's a wonderful party, and people are all here to see a monster. That's why we're here, because we're Terephobia, and we're here to film any kind of monsters and paranormal things that happen. So we pile out of the van and we start to mosey around this crowd of people. And we're hoping to find somebody to interview. And boy, did we find somebody. Super fan Tobias with his big custom RV. It was amazing, just amazing to be a part of this kind of experience. I got up on top, got a lot of B footage, shooting out over the range, seeing the crumbling buildings and figuring out where things are at. We kind of wander around a little bit more, trying to interview some more people and figure out how we're going to get into this restricted area, because the police are here and they've got the whole place shut down, as it were. But we are resourceful and we have all kinds of ways about ourselves. We're not newbies at this kind of party. But while I'm walking around, I meet this guy named Fernando, and he's in a really bad shape. He's looking for his son, Francis, who Fernando says was taken by a devil, and he describes this monster of sorts to me, and it was a really great shot, actually, that goes along with what we're doing here. But eventually night falls, and we decide we're going to go into the restricted area. So we get down and we are real quiet and whatnot. And as we get down there, we notice that the vegetation is very unusual and strange for the Badlands. This is more of a wet type environment vegetation. So it's a little bit unusual, actually. We managed to avoid an ATV patrol, and we find ourselves at the Killian Wilds. And I get a good shot of Shiloh digging in the soil and getting weirded out by how wet everything is. And it's a really weird experience down here, and there's all sorts of sights and sounds going on, and we see an antelope as we're walking along. I've got my night vision up running, so everything looks really spooky. It should make for good video. We walk for a long time. We stop and have some snacks, and then we start to hear some screams. We start moving about really quickly, and I get a shot of this dog with an elongated legs all stretched out. He's very mangy and blood dripping. I kept the camera rolling, but I did panic. And the guys kind of helped me out, and this thing ran off. So we decided to keep moving toward the research center. And at this point, I get this great shot of Preston, and he says, How did we plan this so badly? And Twofer is over there making an audio diary to all his followers about everything that's going on. Shiloh starts to sharpen a stick, and then there's an awful bloody mess on the ground as there's this rabid dog or some kind of animal that's been torn to pieces. And that's when we hear this low growl coming through the bush. And I've got the camera held and I'm starting to shake, and I see this god awful devil dog demon thing approaching us. But the rule of the cameraman, you never stop filming. Connor?
And that motto rings true as your hands shake, as the night vision green of your camera takes in the full face of this thing snarling through a thicket of bramble and leaves. And I'll have you all make sanity rolls as you get a good look at this thing.
I fail that. I feel like that's appropriate.
Also a fail.
Fail.
All right. To any failures, 3 sanity loss. Then to any successes, just the 1.
I've seen plenty of B movies. This is nothing.
But this thing is like a dog with rabies and mange intensified to the 11s. Its teeth are long and jagged, and you see that they're now caked in blood from whatever it ate recently, as this green, almost glowing spittle and drool hangs from its mouth that's also mixed with this now almost blackened, dried blood that hangs from its jowls. Is there anything anyone wants to do before it makes its move?
I'm not
I'm
afraid
looking-
to sigh.
I had a ready gun.
You want to take a shot?
I'm gonna take a shot.
Go ahead.
The gunshot itself scares the fucking thing away.
Yeah, if nothing else. Do I get? Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong dice.
Yeah, don't roll D8s when you're.
Hard. Yeah, I grabbed 8. I have a hard success.
Go ahead and roll your damage. I do believe a basic pistol does about I want to say a D8.
Yeah, D8 plus 2 usually, but yeah, D8 for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll say just D8 plus 2.
If it's a 45,
Yeah, it's a Colt 45. So.
yeah, D8 plus
Oh.
D1
10.
plus 2. No, D10 plus 2. Nice.
So your aim rings out true, and you're able to hit this thing in the side as it seems to have tried to get out of the way, but wasn't quite fast enough. But that does not seem to deter it, as it just snarls even louder, and it lunges. Probably, I'll have everyone go ahead and make a luck roll.
I rolled a 01 on my luck roll.
I rolled a
Oh, wow.
94.
I
9.
rolled 47, so I'm okay.
43, I pass.
All right. Shiloh, I guess that's jumping at you.
Yeah, I'm going to hold up my stick so that it.
Here, boy. Here, boy.
Oof. Well, that is a hard success on its end. If you'd like to try and dodge or fight
I'm
back.
trying to dodge, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. What's half my dex? What's my dex? 30. I got 24. So maybe it, like I
You
say,
wanna luck
I
it
fall
to a
back with the
hard.
stick in it.
Fortunately, it does beat out your success. And you take 2 points of damage as you hold out your stick and it clamps onto one of your hands as
Ah,
the teeth embed themselves into your knuckles and fingers.
motherfucker! Get it off of me.
Twofer, Preston, and Henry. Are you sticking around or are you making tracks?
Henry failed his sanity roll, so he's not really inclined to. He's going to film, but he's gonna start to back up, and he's like, guys, we gotta go. Let's go.
Remember who's paying your paychecks.
I'm
Preston
thinking
is looking for like a tree or something in this foliage to like hide behind to get around. And considering I rolled a 01 on my luck roll, I think it's probably safe to say I find something.
Yeah, we'll say that you find a decent hiding spot among the chaos with that 01.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of maybe something close to the ground where I can kind of wedge myself in safely. And I'm gonna grab my equipment and stuff, and I'm gonna try to record the sound on this, but I'm gonna put myself out of harm's way.
Yeah, you're safe and sound. You managed to kind of wedge yourself between a couple of trees and a few rocks to hide yourself away.
I'm thinking I'm a loyal fan, and I don't want to see Shiloh get eaten. Not on my watch. And I'm also thinking of my own
Thank you.
ratings. And I'm wondering what I've got in my bag. I mean, do I have a knife? Do I have some mace? I mean, what's reason? I haven't got a gun, but what's reasonable for me to
I'd say
have?
yeah, like a decent pocket knife or something like that.
Okay. And is it in my on my belt then? I think I'd probably put it on my belt because it looks more
Yeah,
theatrical. Yeah, I think okay, so
absolutely.
I draw the knife and I'll try and hit this thing in the side.
All right, go ahead and roll me a melee.
Let me find out what my melee is so I can see I can motivate the skill of my roll. Melee is what's that? It's like fighting brawl kind of thing.
Brawl, fighting brawl.
Yeah, brawl.
Okay. Well, that's 34 over 25. So I mean, what's luck for, you know? I'm going to spend some luck. 9 luck to make it a success, and I'm going to hit this thing in the side.
You do indeed. Go ahead and roll me a d4 for your damage.
2.
Right. You're able to kind of rush up and get a solid stab into this thing, and a bit of that weird glowing green goo kind of gets on your hand as that seems to be its blood. You're not quite sure, but
Jesus.
it's on your hand and your knife as you pull back, and with that stab plus the gunshot, it growls one more time but releases Shiloh's hand from its
Oh,
maw
thank God.
and it runs off into the trees.
Jesus.
What the
I,
hell was that?
shit, it was some sort of mad dog. Jesus
Yeah, better get
Christ.
that cleaned up.
Well, I
Have
have
we
a
got some water?
decent. I can do a decent first aid here. I hope.
We're gonna have to use some of our water to wash out the wound. It could have rabies.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
you have to get that looked at as soon as we get out of this. I got a 41, so it's a pass.
Yeah, Shiloh, you can recover 1 hit point from that
Okay.
successful first aid. As Killian, you do your best with what you got. You wash out the wound, you bandage it up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get that looked at.
Completely ruined this pure white handkerchief that I
That
had.
was a lot of blood you lost.
I'll wipe the knife off and clean my own hand to get this gun off it because it's pretty noisome.
I got the sound recorded on this. Henry, did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. Uh,
This is great, actually. This is good for our business.
Oh yeah.
Did we kill that fucking thing, or is it still running around?
I put a slug in it. Can't imagine it survived after that. Do we see blood from it?
Yeah, there is this trail of this glowing blood that races off through the tree line.
I think we should all get pointed sticks and hunt the fucking thing down.
Yeah.
You didn't use the pointy end of your stick, Shiloh. Maybe
It
that
took
was
me
the
by
mistake.
it took me by surprise. I could have just held it out like that and scared the
Yeah.
fucking thing.
I'm going to make my stick a pointy one. Use my knife.
Easy enough to do. But you also all realize as you're looking at the trail this thing left behind, it went in the direction of the research facility. It's
Oh,
going
yeah.
where you're going.
I
You
don't
think
know.
they were doing animal experiments?
They
possibly.
must have.
Ooh. But like this wilds is closed down. Nobody's been out here for 20 years. There's not even a parking lot. Like who's doing experiments?
And it's not just the animals, this is it's the climate. This is Area 51 stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it I mean I don't like to say
Yeah.
the A word, but
Well, we
I
did
mean we're
Area
all thinking it's
51. We did
Yeah.
that, and that was kind of a disappointing episode. I was hoping for more on that one, but
Well, that's because the aliens were here, you see. That was the
that,
reason.
there you go. I guess do we go forward? I don't know. I'm telling you the truth. That thing kind of freaked me out. I mean, I guess we have to go forward, but I think Shiloh's right. I think I'm gonna find myself a stick
Hmm.
and then I'm gonna sharpen it because I have no way to fight back on this thing except for with my bare hands.
At least to be able to hold it off so that it
Right.
doesn't.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to grab a stick as well and then just try to sharpen the end of it if I can.
Yeah, absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely. Pat, you all kind of collect sticks that are decent length, decent durability, you feel, and you make rudimentary spears out of the surrounding foliage.
yeah, I mean, you did some decent damage to it when
Yeah.
Killian, when it ran off. And if we could get this thing, if we could finish it off, that would be awesome.
Should
We
we
haven't
follow
got
the
that many
blood?
guns, but we can be. Yeah, we should follow. It's going to the
Should we follow
research
the blood
facility
trail and
anyway.
finish it off now, or should we
Yeah,
just
I
continue to
think,
the research facility?
I'm hoping it's going to
well,
die
it's
someplace in the.
it's kind of going in that direction anyway, but we can see clearly where it sort of tore through the underbrush.
Is it staying on the path or is it off path? It's hard to tell because it's night right now, also.
Yeah, it's night, and you can kind of tell it's going any way it can. Like there are parts where it trampled through like thorn and underbrush. There are some parts where it stuck to the main path or went over and or under like tree roots.
I just kind of
It's
like to
hard
know
to
where
tell.
it is. So follow
Yeah.
the glowing blood.
Reload
yeah.
your gun, Killian.
Oh, yeah.
And anybody else with a gun, take one out. I don't have one myself, but
I'm the
that's
only one.
I'm getting a bigger, sharper stick.
Yeah. And maybe if he comes back, we can be a little phalanx instead of all running off and being tactical. If we can present a bunch of sticks pointed at it, I think that would be good.
and if Henry could get a shot of us in our phalanx formation,
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
could do that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it now.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity. We'll get some good footage of that. So
Wait.
I get them all lined up.
Mm.
And
Wait, and I'm going to get some of my own blood and
Yeah, Shiloh, you get a bit of war paint going on.
Ah, Guys.
is turning into
You're wiping this slime. Oh, your own blood. You're not wiping
my
the
own
the,
blood.
the, the
No.
thing's
Mm.
blood on you.
Uh,
Let's just hope it's dead already. It's just went to someplace and
this is turning into that thing where the kids get stranded on the island and they all start eating each other.
Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead.
So, following the trail that the creature had left for you, you all make your way deeper through the wilds. And about 10 or 15 minutes into following this trail, it seems to very steadily slow and lessen until it stops about halfway through, as if whatever wound was given to it sealed.
Mm.
It still might be dead around here somewhere.
Can we no longer follow the tracks?
Not the blood, but you can follow the same kind of path it took through the disturbance in the wildlife.
There's the facility there, so we're still heading
Let's
towards
keep
that.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking around,
And
listening.
be quiet so that we can hear it moving through the bushes if it's moving.
Yeah, as you're all moving quietly, there are a few things you notice now that you didn't before. One is that there's no birds, not even nocturnal ones. There's no owls, there's nothing skittering among the underbrush. It's dead quiet out here.
Hmm.
But eventually the foliage breaks as you see a large wire fence ahead of you with a large section cut out of it to kind of act as a doorway where you see a bit of paved road leading through it into a parking lot by an old kind of crumbling concrete building. You have made it to the outside of the research facility.
And is there a tear in the fence?
Not a tear, but more like a driveway through it. Like you can
Okay.
see in the middle of it there's the remnants of like a toll guard booth or something
Okay.
like that, but it's open.
All right. So the creature probably didn't come from inside the fence, but I don't know. Maybe it could climb over.
Might be a hole somewhere it got through.
Yeah. All right.
Dogs don't
We're at the
climb
facility.
fences.
Are there any lights on at all? Any power?
No, it's the building itself is dark.
What time is it,
Yeah, I was
Keeper?
gonna say, how much longer?
Right about now, as
Yeah.
you check your phones, it's just around midnight.
Oh.
Right. And we've all got night vision now, so we can see reasonably.
Yeah,
Or
with
it's
with the light of the moon kind of out. Yeah, your eyes have adjusted to the dark pretty well at this point.
All right, Shiloh, let's get a monologue here for the camera for our show. We're about to go into the facility, and then Henry, you can film us all kind of one by one making our way in.
Yeah.
This will be great
Yeah.
for the show.
We can get the guard shack sort of in the backdrop.
Seems to be no activity here. But we're going in. We don't know where that monster is, but uh I don't think that it'll follow us in. At least I hope it won't.
I'm gonna look for in the guard um shack, I guess. Just looking for pipes. Is there something better than these sharpened sticks everyone else is carrying? Some kind of metal.
As you walk into like the guard shack, you notice a couple of things. On inside the shack, there's a locker in kind of the back left corner that seems to be shut. There's an old rusty padlock keeping it sealed. And on a little desk at the front where the guard would more than likely sit during their shift, underneath the desk, there seems to be what appears like a child's backpack, a little blue one kind of stashed away underneath the desk.
It's odd and creepy. I'll check that, but I'll also look for a key. There might be a key just hidden around here for that padlock. And if not, I'll just try to break it off.
Yeah, go ahead
I
and give me a
wonder.
spot hidden.
I'm going to
All
pick up the
right.
kid's backpack.
Oh, it's an 09.
Yeah,
Almost an extreme.
as you're looking around, Killian, you notice that there's one part of the guard shack that's a little out of place. That's by a poster that's long faded away, so you can't tell exactly what it was. But you notice one of the corners is peeling up slightly, and as you move that, you see a key taped to the wall itself.
Oh. Yeah, I'll open the locker then, if that's the appropriate key for it.
Yeah, the padlock clicks open with ease, and inside this guard's locker, you see there is a rifle,
Oh,
like a hunting style rifle, a box of ammo for it, and a couple like high grade flashlights in there.
oh,
Hopefully the batteries still work.
yeah, I don't know. We'll try it. I'll call the others. Um,
Yeah, Killian. Does anybody have skills in rifles?
okay, well, it's better than your sharpened stick, so somebody.
It is. I mean, I could take it, or I could give it to you. Killian, are you skilled in rifles?
I'll keep my
I've got
handgun.
base.
Okay. Yeah, I got the base too. Everybody got the base.
Yeah, I'm just
All
base.
about
I
the base.
suppose I could take it. I'll do my best with it. No promises.
Well, you're
What's
the
this?
Well,
techie, so
Yeah.
on
I
the
mean,
other
you're going
hand,
to be
everything
carrying
I
other
have,
things too, so.
I don't have anything better than base, so I'm not sacrificing anything if I try a rifle.
If you want it to, for you can have it.
you
Well,
Otherwise, I'll take
I'll,
it.
I suppose we should
um,
protect our guest.
Give him the rifle.
It's your
Give him
choice.
the
It's your
rifle.
choice, Twofer. You can have the rifle, or if you don't want it, I'll take it.
um, yeah. I mean, you're recording sound, aren't you? I
Yes.
mean, ideally, you would want to carry on doing that as long as possible.
Right.
So it's probably best if I try the
Yeah.
rifle.
Or our
Yeah.
host. I mean, that would be great. Shiloh with the rifle,
No,
shoot.
I gotta look good. I gotta look like I'm
You look good.
fearless.
You look like a heroic figure.
Well, while they're
Well,
figuring out who's taking the rifle, I'll just open up the backpack and just see why there's a
Yeah.
kid's backpack here.
Is it
Here you
that
go,
guy's
Twofer.
kid?
Take it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
you open up the backpack, and immediately one thing you can see is on the inside tag, written in black Sharpie, is Francis, written in a child's hand. And inside, there's a few things. There's what appear to be a couple of half-eaten bags of chips that have gone bad at this point, or stale at the very least. And what appears to be a kind of self-made map that Francis had made for himself, and circled circled with very basic looking drawings of buildings. He is circled in red and labeled Monster House.
I'm gonna call Shiloh over. Get a look at this.
Monster House. And where is Monster House? Is it the part of the main facility, or is it another building, or
You're not quite sure, given kind of the rudimentary drawing, but you'd have to guess it's somewhere nearby.
Is this kid the son of the guy who said his son was lost?
It
Fernando?
is.
I think so.
Probably.
How did he get
But
here?
yeah, didn't the father say that he was kidnapped from his bedroom? That
He
someone
said the
got in his
monster took
window?
him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, But
He
this,
must have gotten away from the monster and he must have ran, and then he ended up making his way to the facility.
or maybe he was on a nighttime exploration. Maybe he's a brave kid. But if he was just kidnapped from his bedroom, he wouldn't have been wearing his backpack. And how did the backpack get here?
Give me a
So
look at
it's
that
all
map. I want to take a
Maybe
closer look
there's
at that map.
maybe there's more to this story than we know.
Right.
Yeah, you get a better look at the map, Preston. And go ahead and give me an intelligence roll. Just kind of see what you can glean from it.
That's a I can spend 1 point of luck to make the intelligence roll, so I will do that.
As you're getting kind of a better look and taking a look at a few different angles, you can tell that this is a map from seemingly wherever Francis lived through the wilds to here. So it appears that Twofer was right that Francis was a brave kid because this seemed to have been a trip he'd already taken and come back from. And maybe just had to leave his backpack behind because of something he saw.
I
So
wonder if
maybe,
I wonder if he made this trip with his was it father or grandfather that he was with? Father.
It
Yeah,
was his father, yeah.
with his father. They made this trip together.
Is
Don't
there a
know.
map of the facility in the security shed? I mean, or some kind of layout? See if we can match that up with the kid's
Yeah,
map.
you do see kind of an old faded layout of what the Killian Wilds used to be. And for the most part, in terms of the actual facilities itself, it's mostly this research building. But from what you can tell, that research building does sort of seem to scatter into another research building, maybe about a mile or two north of here. And kind of looking at Francis's map and this side by side, that northern facility is more than likely Monster House.
let's let's go over this for a second. We came here because we'd heard that people were disappearing in this area. We meet a man who claims that his son has been captured by a monster. What if all that's false? What if he and his father were trying to see if they could salvage shit from this facility, and in the process, the kid got grabbed or eaten, and the dad's trying to cover that up, pretending like, because it certainly looks like the kid's been here before.
But Henry talked to the father. Henry, did the father seem like a bullshitter? Like someone was trying to cover something up when you talked to him, or did he seem like a straight shooter?
No, he seemed like somebody who was genuinely distressed that he had lost his son in
Yeah,
a
but
kidnapping.
he didn't really say how he lost his son.
Well, he
And
said
it could
that
have been here that he lost his son.
they could have, but no, the dad did say that this devil came to the house through the window and took his son. But again, that could be nonsense.
And the
Yeah,
devil
it could just be a
exists.
guy. It could be a guy lying to cover up the fact that he lost his son here and wants people to go in and explore and see if they can find his kid because he's too chicken shit to come back.
Well,
Yeah. Or maybe the kid was trapped by his scent back to his home, and for some
Well, maybe
reason the
that's a
creature
possibility
monster followed
too.
him.
We
I'd
should keep
like
all those
to.
things in mind.
I've got this rifle. I'd like to open it
Mhm.
and see whether it needs lubrication because it's been here for a while. And maybe have you got any gun oil?
There might be
Yeah,
some in the.
this
Probably, yeah.
this
There may be
this
some in the cabinet. Yeah.
this rifle is definitely old. It hasn't been touched in a very, very long time. And as you go to check the locker, you and you're looking kind of at the box of ammo and seemingly things that were left for its care. Most of the ammo is gone. There's only 2 bullets left in the box, and it seems the oil and rag used to maintain the barrel are gone.
Yeah. Maybe this is not actually very helpful.
Well, you never know. I mean, it's like a break glass in case of emergency type of thing. I mean, if in an emergency, load it up and shoot it like only in an emergency situation.
Right. I will. In the meantime, have you got any oil, Cillian, for your
Yeah,
gun?
I'll probably have a gun cleaning kit. Whether or not it's on me,
Go ahead and make a luck roll. Let's
I
let's
have
see if
pretty
you
decent luck,
thought to
so
bring it.
no, 84. I don't have that good of
You
luck.
Yeah.
you
You
pat
left
your
it back in the
pocket where
car.
you usually take it and realize you left it in the van.
Maybe there's something around here, but this is fairly still dry environment. It's been enclosed. It's probably going to be
Yeah.
fine. So as long as it didn't
Am
get
I,
wet and rust, and if we're not
can I
seeing
make
any
an
noticeable rust,
can I make a roll to see whether I can figure out how to do this thing? I mean, I'm not really familiar with
The
firearms, except having
mechanical.
seen them at
Yeah, go ahead and give
mechanical.
me a mechanical repair. Yeah.
Oh, mechanical repair is useless. I'm just basic at that. But
I've
maybe
got great
intelligence.
mechanical repair.
Oh, great. Maybe you can show me then.
Let me
Do you
take
want
a
to take
look
a?
at it. Let me take a look
Yeah.
at it. Huh, no. You know what? I don't know anything about, I know a lot about mechanical repair. I know nothing about firearms.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just have to risk it.
yeah,
If
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
you can
Well.
just beat the creature to death with the
exactly. It's
end of the
heavy.
gun.
Yeah.
What's the
Can
flashlight
I?
situation? How old are those
Yeah.
batteries? Those just completely,
They they light up for
As,
2 seconds and then they turn off. Yeah.
Yeah.
or are they
as
opened up
as you
and
turn as you turn them on, they turn on and stay on, and they are bright beams. They go about like 40 feet out ahead of you if you turn them on outside and not the shack,
Let's
and they're solid, like miniature spotlights in your hand.
let's
That's good.
conserve them though. So
yeah,
just use one at a time.
I think at this point, we probably all need to charge our phones too. So if we can get in this facility, maybe we could sleep, spend the night in the facility, and we
I
could
don't think
maybe
there's
if
any
they have
power here.
electricity working, we could charge whatever we need to charge.
Can we test a light switch or something? See if there's any power at all.
There's no light in the guard booth, but you could try your luck inside the research building.
Yeah.
Let's
Go
head in the
inside.
research building and see what's in there.
Yeah,
We
you
would have. I suspect that Terephobia team would have chargers because this is the kind of thing that we're doing all the time. We don't want to run out of power.
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, it'd be safe to assume you have portable chargers. It's safe to assume that. But still,
Keep us going for a few more hours anyway.
mm. But the five of you make your way towards the research facility itself. Most of the windows on the first floor have been either decayed or smashed in, whether through time or outside influence, you're not quite sure. And that goes for the glass of the front door as well, leaving it wide open for you to enter. The lights inside are off, but with the help of one of the flashlights, you can see on the back wall of this first floor, there is an electrical closet. You can tell from the symbol on the door.
Yeah, I'm going to
There-
check out the electrical closet. I do have electrical repair as a skill, so I'll try to see what I can do to maybe get some electricity going in here.
Is there any
Yeah.
evidence of vandalism, graffiti, or anything like that from teenagers or
Campfires in here,
You did
bottles.
notice a few spots of graffiti on kind of the outside part of the building, on like the side
yeah.
walls, things like that, but nothing in the building itself, seemingly.
Yeah.
Seems they were brave enough to come here, but not actually go in.
Any evidence of animals in here?
Yeah, there is that smell that there have been animals through here. Like there's
Rat droppings and
yeah, there's like old rat droppings on the ground, and some of the foliage from outside's been tracked in here. Mud cakes the carpeting.
Do we see any of that green slime that we saw from the beast's jowls?
None down here at the very least.
Hmm.
But go ahead and give me an electrical repair, Preston, as
Yeah.
you kind of enter into the electrical closet and you see like a few toolboxes and then the breaker on the wall.
That's a 51 under 60. That's a regular success.
With with a bit of jury rigging and fine tuning, you're able to fix some of the frayed wires along the electrical box and flip the switch, and you hear the hum of a generator kick back on as a few lights begin to flicker on. And you can now see that this first floor almost looks like an office space. It's a lot of cubicles, it's a lot of like small offices, and you even see some of the computers begin to turn on.
Hmm. I'd like to take a look at some of these computers that are turning on as well.
Yeah, you start taking a look at that. To the rest of the gang, is there anything you'd like to do now that you have light?
sort of looking around at everything.
We'll look for a vending machine.
That's easy enough.
You think
Here,
that food's going to be good after all this time?
Preservatives.
When you're hungry, you're hungry.
Hey, if it's Twinkie, it'll be good,
It'll be good.
for sure.
Yeah, Killian, you head over to one part of the room now that the lights are on, where you see a drink and vending machine next to each other. Inside the vending machine, most, if not all, the food has rotted away into disgusting piles of sludge, except for a small yellow snack cake in the top right corner, still in the plastic.
We working on getting that out, and then some water. There's got to be water fountains or something around. See if that's running at all.
Yeah. To Shiloh and anyone else just kind of looking around, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll. And
I'll be
then
looking.
Preston, as you are looking through, you notice that there is one file up on the computer that seems to have been a message sent from the northern facility, and it reads as follows.
Hey, fellows, this is interesting. This is a message apparently from the northern facility. It says, subject 001, 12 a.m. Subject has not taken to the compound well. 2 a.m. Subject perished inside enclosure 2 hours after consumption of compound. 3 a.m. Subject's body has begun rapid decomposition. We'll study further effects on the corpse. 3:05 a.m. We'll begin preparations for further subjects. What the heck? You weren't wrong, Shiloh. It looks like they are doing some type of experimentation.
I sure hope it's not like germ warfare.
So
Is
I
there
got
a printer? Are there any filing cabinets? Sorry, Preston.
yeah. If there's
there are
a
a few
printer, I'm
filing
gonna print this up. I'm gonna print up a hard copy. I'm gonna call Henry over to film this.
Yeah.
get it for our show. Um, they gave a time. They gave a time of day. Is there like a date or anything on that?
No date. Seemingly, it's just a report.
If
This
you
could
could
have come.
break into the computer and download the contents onto a flash drive, we probably have one. All the photographs go into a flash.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a computer geek. I mean, I do have technical skills in like electrical and mechanical, not necessarily computers, but maybe I can do the best I can.
I mean, maybe I can help you. Between the two of us, we might be able to rig up something.
Hmm.
And then Shiloh and Twofer, how are those spot hiddens?
Uh,
I've failed on the spot hidden, so I thought, well, maybe I'm not blind enough to see a filing cabinet, and I'll have a look in that.
Yeah, you take a look in the filing cabinets, and you don't find too much of importance. You find maybe a few financial logs, stuff like that. Things that would be interesting to maybe a collector, someone interested in that, but nothing about monsters or weird experiments.
Shiloh?
I'm just thinking that did these people come out here and pretend to be some sort of nature preserve, but they were actually doing some underground uh, genetic engineering bullshit
For the government.
for the government?
Yeah, this is Area 51 type shit again.
What it looks like.
It's always the government.
Probably the alien DNA they got from those little gray aliens.
Hmm.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, let's look around. I wonder if there's a bathroom in here. Always got to go to the
Yeah.
bathroom.
And I'm going to do what I can to. I don't necessarily have computer skills necessarily, but I'll do what I can to maybe extract whatever other information I can from the computers, maybe with Henry's help, who said he'd be willing to help me on that.
Yeah, you and Henry begin working on getting the data from the computer onto a flash drive. Uh,
Yeah.
and Sh- and Shiloh, you do see a men and women's restroom down here.
They had women here. uh, I'm gonna check out the bathroom and make sure there's no monsters in there, but I gotta go.
Hmm. Yeah, you
Again,
head into the
you just
bathroom.
went like an hour ago.
Yeah, and I went when that thing was on top of me too. Yeah.
You head into the bathroom, and the light flicks on. A fan starts to whir. Seems they were more private restrooms. It's just a toilet in here.
I'm gonna
Uh,
wash my hands and splash water on my face.
as you go to turn the faucet on, all that comes out of the tap is this black, dirty sludge water.
I leave it on for a minute. Hopefully it clears up, but
As you leave it on, give me a sanity roll.
oh, I got a 12. Pretty good.
All right. Uh, still 1 point of sanity. As you leave the tap on, there's a bit of a gurgle as the flow stops for a second, and then squeezing itself out of the tube from the water pressure, there's this neon green sludge, but it's not quite just that, as it's a bit too viscous for that. And then you see the strange meat-like texture of flesh being strained through a bathroom tap.
I'm gonna just turn around and come running out of the bathroom. There's a thing in the sink. It's glowing. It's fuck. Get the camera.
I come running with the camera to shine
Yeah,
I've
on.
got like the boom mic and stuff, and I'm like running over.
Yeah,
I
Preston and
turned on
Henry,
the
you get in there.
I turned on the tap and this thing started coming out. It's like I don't know, a worm.
Turn the tap off.
I ain't going near that fucking thing.
I've got the camera
As
right down at it.
you got the camera right down there, Preston, you're getting the sound, and eventually the water pressure is enough to pop whatever this is out of the tap as landing in the basin of the sink, now that some slightly cleaner water is starting to flow through it, is just a lump of this neon green, like flesh and blood and tissue that just sort of seems to pulsate with that alien color.
Fuck is it?
Uh,
We got a can or a jar or a.
Not moving. It's not threatening us.
No, it's not moving. It seems to just be a piece of something.
Yeah, we need this for our show. Shiloh, you got to get in here and narrate this.
He's. Yeah, I'll narrate it from over here. There's a horrific blob of something glowing. Jesus Christ. I'm not so sure that we should stay here. There's something
Well, where else are we
wrong.
going to stay? I don't. We're not going to stay outside with that monster. We got to sleep in here. Just keep the bathroom door closed. We'll be fine.
Yeah, nobody cares if you pee on the walls, I guess. Uh, all right. Let's look through this.
What
There's
is
got
it
to
up?
be some
Can,
horrible revelation here.
can I make a natural world roll to see if I can tell kind of like what type of organism this thing is, or
Yeah, go for it. Give me a natural world.
I can do that.
that's a '07, so that's an extreme.
Better than my success.
Yeah, Preston, as you're getting a look at this, you start to notice a few things that there seems to be some shimmering bits of what appear to be fish scales kind of strained throughout this whole thing as you see the remnants of what appears to be a fin as well. And you're not quite sure what kind of fish this used to be. It doesn't look like anything you've seen before, but you can hazard a guess that whatever this green goo is mutated a fish that got stuck in the waterworks. And this is just a piece of it that got stuck in this bathroom pipe.
Hey guys, this I think this is a mutated fish. It's definitely a fish, 100%. You see look at it. See the fins on it?
Oh, so there's something here that's mutating animals.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope it's not airborne.
Well, they probably did this when Howard Killian, he was probably doing this, but who knows for how long this, it looks like it's dead. It's not moving. It's just like a piece of, it's like a piece of a fish. It's organic, that's for sure, but it's not alive. There's nothing to be afraid of.
There's
We
something
just got to document it.
there's something still going on here. Let's find the
Right.
heart of this. Let's find out what the fuck is going on. There's going to be some creepy lab with a mad fucking scientist or I don't know what, but
Well, I think we got to go to the other facility, but I think we should all get some sleep, and we should do that during the day, is what I think.
I don't know how I could possibly
I don't know
sleep.
if I can sleep here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get this done.
Let's at least clear this facility and make sure there's nothing in this part of the building.
I don't know if I want to hike 2 more miles in the dark after this, but
Let's clear this facility and then we
That
can
is
wait. I couldn't sleep, but I do think dawn would be
all
would be
right.
good.
Let's go through
And
room by room and just kind of sweep this whole facility to see
Yeah.
if there's anything else we know.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a box that we could put this thing in. Because this
Or a
is
jar or a
a jar, yeah. Maybe there's a laboratory that we'll come across, but in the
maybe there's a
meantime,
kitchen.
yeah,
Gotta be
Yeah.
something.
You're kind of looking around and you do see there's a directory in here as you're looking around, and you notice that pretty much just this first floor appears to be like office space mostly, but this research building has about 3 floors. The third is reserved for the head office, and then the second floor is research, or at least it's labeled as such.
All
Oh, I
right.
think yeah.
Have we kind of swept the first floor and found all we need to find here? So let's move
Pretty
up to the
much.
second floor. Let's move up to the second floor and do a sweep of
Research.
the second floor as well.
The other question is if there was a if this was a research facility, why did it close down? And if it closed down, why didn't they take everything with them?
It's
Right.
probably because Killian died. Killian was probably he was in charge of this thing and then he died or disappeared 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I
but then
think
they would still take
somebody.
all the shit and sell it or whatever.
Why leave all the computers and stuff like that here?
No,
That
I
is
think
weird.
something ate him.
Well,
could
the
we
place was
figure out?
contaminated. Everybody took
There's a
off, didn't want to come
screen.
back.
There's a screen which has got this message that we saw. So it's kind of still logged in. So can we find out who it's logged in as? Maybe it was Killian's account, and maybe he was interrupted at 3:05 by something crawling in and took him away. But if someone, it shouldn't be hard to find out whose account it is, or sort of look at the
Maybe,
folder
And
structure
who
and
was the
find out the name.
subject? Is that like, are they talking about a human subject or are they talking about like lab animals or like what are they talking about? Subject.
We don't
oh,
know.
As you go back to the computer to try and see who was logged in, uh, the employee account is one of Joshua Harper,
Joshua Harper.
a first level research assistant.
That's who the message was sent to,
Hmm.
but we don't know who the message was sent by.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out my phone and I'm gonna do a Google search. I'm gonna Google Joshua Harper, see if anything comes up.
Yeah, as you bring that up, as you look up Joshua Harper,
I could just use
uh,
the computer. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, nothing nothing too specific comes up. However, he apparently died 20 years ago, 2005.
This is weird. So he died 20 years ago too, the same time that Killian apparently died. Something happened here. But it would have made, if everybody that worked here died, it would have made news and we all would have heard about it unless the government covered it up.
Exactly.
This is a
yeah,
huge conspiracy we're uncovering here, folks.
maybe. But if the government covered it up, would they have removed all of this shit?
You would think so. Bomb it.
Something worse happened here, I think.
You think
Yeah.
this isn't government, this was maybe private, that Killian was
No,
just
I
doing this on his
no
own?
no, I think it probably could have been government. It's just the government didn't come in here to fix it. They just put a fence around it
And they
and then
closed the wild.
refused to come in here. They were afraid of something in here. I hope it's not a disease and we're all going to be infected
Yeah.
Mm.
and
What would
all
be
end
the
up in
idea?
little white government rooms as they
I
watch
don't know
us
if it's
turn
a
into
disease. I think
glowing.
they're mutating monsters is what it seems like they were doing.
Well, I hope we're not mutating now. We've been in here.
Wow.
Can I try library use on Harper's folder structure on that computer to see if there's a bit more context?
Yeah,
Because
go
there
for it.
probably would be other stuff. Oh, sorry, I failed. 75. I haven't got the luck to be able to repair that.
Yeah, you're looking through the files, and other than this one odd message from the rest, it doesn't look like Mr. Harper was given anything more than that. It seems to have been very hush hush.
I'm going to try to get into the computer system. Um, we don't have computer as a thing, but this is a 20-year-old computer. Can I just use my education to see if I
Oh,
can
I'd allow that.
get this might be what is it, DOS or something like that? Then
Are there multiple computers here, not just one that we're all sharing? Or
Yeah, there's a couple that are on.
so while
You
Shiloh's
can,
looking, I'm going to be looking too.
I
So
yeah,
got an
there
O
are
three,
education roll as well.
O
there are
three
a
out of
total
70.
Cool.
there are a total of four computers, including Mr. Harper's. And the other three are still logged into their employee files as well. So there is Joshua Harper, Cassandra Richards, Elliot Winslow, and finally Rebecca Hall.
I'll have taken Harper's because it was the one that was there. But guy's password 12345. Yep, I'm
And
in.
yeah, you're into the deeper files. You kind of as you're looking through, you actually notice that given the age of the technology, it's somewhat rudimentary now, but this was encrypted. So what you were seeing before was just kind of the surface level stuff. And now
Yeah.
that you've sort of gotten the correct sequence in order, you see two more messages pop up from, again, an unknown sender to all of these computers. If you kind of go
Yeah.
around, they all share the same encryption key.
I'm getting
Uh,
something here.
but all four computers share these next two messages.
All right, let's take a look at this. Subject 079. 12 a.m. Subject has ingested compound. No current abnormalities seen. Will continue to monitor. 3 a.m. Subject's vitals have changed. Heart rate has dropped significantly, yet its functions have not decreased in efficiency. 5 a.m. Subject body structure has altered. It has grown slightly, and most, if not all, teeth have fallen from the skull. 7 p.m. Subject deceased 14 hours after structural change. Bones broken from its own weight.
12 a.m. This is subject 137. 12 a.m. Subject has survived 24 hours after ingestion of a compound. I have done it. 1 a.m. Subject released for live trials. Will continue to monitor progress of specimen. 3 a.m. Subject's vitals vastly improved, higher than any living member of its species. First successful trial complete. 5 a.m. Beginning first human trial.
Uh-oh. Shit.
There's the key.
If
What
we
we're
find a
doing.
green glowing scientist in here, holy shit.
We may be
So
out of our league here.
a keeper, I Googled this Joshua Harper and I found out that he died 20 years ago. I'm gonna check the names of these other three people because Cassandra, Elliot, Rebecca, see if I can find
All
something on
all
them.
four reported dead 2005.
And if
They
if
all
I do
died.
have access, if I do have access, I'm going to make a copy of all of this information onto a disk.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Everybody that worked here died at the same time 20 years ago.
Yeah, there
At
was a
the
disaster here.
and when we nobody found out about it, it was covered up, or we just know that they disappeared. I'm going to ask again: were there funerals held for any of these people, or were they just presumed dead?
Funerals were held, yet no bodies were ever found. Though, as you're looking among kind of records of of the employees of the wilds around this time, these are the only four to have died, other than Mr. Killian himself.
Okay. So there were 5 deaths. Maybe that's why we didn't hear about it as much. Maybe if there were dozens of deaths, that they couldn't cover all that up. But there's probably more we didn't know about. Yeah,
No,
something sinister is going on here.
if there were those 4 deaths and there were other employees that didn't die and got out, they would have said something. Something's really conspiratorial here. Unless the people that left didn't know that the other 4 died and thought they had escaped or gotten away from this facility before it was. There's
Let's
something we're missing. There's something that we just don't know yet.
let's go upstairs. Let's go to that second floor. That's where they did their research. I'm sure we'll find
I
something
thought we
there.
were on the second floor at this point. Oh no, you're right.
Still
We
on the
weren't.
first floor.
We're still on the
Yeah,
first
all
floor.
right.
We're still at the
Let's go to the
computer
second
area.
floor.
Go to the
Got to
second
be
floor.
got to be a stairwell. I don't trust elevators in this building.
Yeah, there's stairs going up.
Stairs
They
make
did
a
human
better camera
trials on
shot
these
too.
4 people,
Mm.
or they volunteered to have human trials done on them.
There's too many things that somebody would squeal about. You
Yeah.
know,
As the 5 of you kind of ascend the staircase to the next floor, I'll have everyone make listen rolls, please.
Oh, nice.
78.
I got a heart.
38 under 50. That's a pass.
I got a heart as well. So
Nope.
I just fail, but I won't bother pushing it or anything.
Yeah, to any who passed just regularly, you hear something from outside the building through one of the many broken windows. Henry, with that hard you got, that sound is more distinctly footsteps.
Oh. Does it sound like one person or multiple persons?
One set of feet that you can hear.
Okay. Like, we got company. Somebody's
which
outside.
which
You might
direction?
have.
From around the front of the building.
Let's head back down the stairs, fellas.
Oh, do you want to go back down the stairs? I think we
There's
should run
somebody
over.
down there. We need to we need to find out who it is, right?
Does
We're
it sound
gonna
like
rush
they're
to the window
outside the
and look
building or
down.
inside the building? Yeah.
Outside right now.
Let's run over to the window and look down.
Yeah.
Somebody
If
followed us
it's
over here.
government people, we got to be careful because they'll be here to. We probably set off a silent alarm or something.
It could be the
Exactly.
boy that's missing. It could be.
Well, yeah, let's look.
Let's look and see before
If
we
it
go
looks
down.
dangerous, we hide and we go back up the stairs. But if it's somebody that needs our help, we help them.
You all go to the windows of the second floor and you're looking down. And in the parking lot, skulking through the dark, you do see a figure kind of walking through. They're hunched low to the ground. They're moving pretty quick as they're making their way through the desolate concrete space. The clothes they wear are tattered and ragged and worn. You can see what might have been, you're not quite sure what, given that it's covered in muck and flecks of that strange green glowing sludge. But they're making their way across the parking lot, and their eyes are wide. They're looking around as if being hunted, and you can't quite make out what they're saying, but they're muttering to themselves as they walk.
This is a child or an adult?
Adult.
Ugh.
You know, there's a
Yeah.
bunch of missing people. This might be one of the missing people. He might need our help.
He might be mutated and want to eat our heads.
Right. I don't know if I want to go down there. The stairs that we took up, is it something that we could block, or is it, has the heavy doors,
You
or was it a
could block.
stairwell?
It's more a stairwell. You could put something in the way of them, or you could like jam something between the walls, but no like doorway through.
Okay, so I could, yeah. So what are we doing? Are we sticking around?
You're the boss, Shiloh.
I I think maybe we should, if as the person coming towards where we are,
You do notice that in kind of their jittery gait, they are looking at the research building. Not with the intent to go, from what you can tell, but definitely confused that the lights are on.
Yeah, we've lit this place up.
Yet I thought about that when we let it. Yeah, we gave ourselves away.
well, let's keep our eyes on him for now. And if he starts coming towards the doors, maybe we do go downstairs, but we confront whoever it is. Maybe they're a monster, maybe they're a person, but we guess we should find out.
It looks like he's afraid. Does it look like he's like afraid, Keeper?
Go ahead and give me a psychology.
Because he's
That
afraid doesn't mean he's
a
not an evil monster.
58
Right.
over 50, so that's a fail.
You can't quite tell. He's just a bit too far. His face is just obscured
Too
by
dark.
wild,
Okay.
matted hair that covers his face. Yeah.
Could be one of the infected.
We don't know that anybody's infected.
Look,
Well,
if
that's
he's
dog.
perfectly innocent and just walking around out there, he's fine. But if he comes in here and tries to spit on us with his glowing green saliva, I'm putting a bullet through his head. Well, I'm not. I don't have a gun.
Well, I say we lock the door right now and see if there's another way down.
I'm
Maybe
sure
out through
there's
a
more than
window.
one stairwell.
There's
in
one
this
of him and there's six.
building.
There's five of us. I don't think we have anything to really be worried about. We have a
I just
handgun
put a
and a
slug in a
shotgun.
really weird dog.
We have a handgun, a shotgun, and three pointy sticks between the five of us. I think. I'm not afraid of like a
Overconfident.
hobo, tramping
I'm going
around
to load the
outside.
rifle and try and figure out where the safety catch is.
Yeah, you're kind of fiddling with the gun. Give me a luck check as you're trying to find the safety.
Oh, 8. That's good.
You find the safety lever and you click it off with a satisfying click.
Okay, but I make sure the safety is on at the moment. So I load the rifle with. I can put the 2 bullets into the rifle. It's like an automatic thing.
It's more sort of like a break action type deal.
Oh,
So
it's a bolt action thing, or
yeah.
break action. Yeah, break. Okay,
So
it's
basically,
not
top
like
break,
a shotgun.
one bullet in, close it shut.
Okay, there we good. And the safety is on.
hmm
Should we have somebody, maybe Killian, just kind of wait on the first floor in case the person comes in?
No. I'm
No.
staying up here on the second floor with that door blocked and looking for
All right.
alternative down.
To those of you still watching, you see whoever this person is takes a few tentative steps toward the building. Again, not looking like he's going to come in, but close enough to peer in through the door, which is now lit up and kind of shining a light on his face. And his face is scarred in a few areas. It's roughed up badly. And again, this dark hair is matted onto his face and head. It looks like he hasn't shaved or showered in months or even longer than that. And the hair is just dark and thick enough to still kind of cover the top half. You can't quite see his eyes.
Well, Killian, you stay here then, but I want to know where this person is. I don't want to run away and then not know where he is. Uh,
You're gonna have to deal with them then if you're.
yeah, but you have to deal with him if and you don't know where he is. That's even worse. Uh, whoever wants to come with me, we're going to stand here, and when he gets to the door, we're going to confront him. Hopefully, he's fine and he's just injured. But if he's got glowing green eyes,
Well, if he's not going to come in, we're limited on time. I want to search this floor, so I'm gonna kind of break away from the group, and I'm gonna move to the rooms in the second floor and
you're
try to see if I can
moving.
find out there's
You're
something. And
moving into the unknown.
you guys keep an eye on him.
I'll come down with you, Shiloh, but this place
Yeah.
is. I think we're out of our depth in this one.
I'll go up
Well,
with Preston and look around.
As the cameraman, I am obligated to follow Shiloh, so that is what I will do.
All right. We'll stay on the second floor with Twofer and Preston. As the two of you are up here and the other three head down the steps, this upper floor, the second floor, seems to be a bit larger than the first. There's a few more rooms and not as much kind of open seating space. There are a few chairs through some of the halls, maybe to act as just break areas of sorts. But there's a few rooms. One of the first ones you see is simply labeled break room, just right out in the front, easy to spot. And you see there are two doors leading into there, kind of in the center of the room. And then almost in like a circular pattern around the break room are a series of doors labeled labs 1 through 4.
okay. I'm more interested in the labs probably than the break room initially. I'm gonna head over into lab one.
I'll stay
Yeah,
with Preston.
yeah, the two of you open up the door into lab 1, and you see that the light automatically turns on as you enter. There is a smashed up, broken computer sitting on a desk, and you see a few paper diagrams plastered on the wall of what appear to be anatomy diagrams of various animals. Like you see one for coyote and antelope and a few other animals not native to the region, like moose and things like that, that shouldn't be down here. But the main thing that catches your eye is scrawled along all these anatomy diagrams in, you're not quite sure what due to the age of it, is a message scrawled on the paper that simply says, "Science requires sacrifice." And that's written a few times like a mantra. Science requires sacrifice. Science requires sacrifice.
Yeah.
And on the floor there are what appear to be smashed glass like beakers and vials and things of that sort. And there are a few old rusted cages that probably held animals here lined up along the wall.
Any occupants for any of the cages? Any
None that
bones?
aren't a pale, picked over ivory white.
Do they label the
Yeah.
ones that are ivory white?
Uh, Most are empty, but there are about 5 cages with skeletal remains of, you might assume, rats or mice, maybe another type of rodent.
Okay.
Twofer, I think these are where maybe they kept some of the subjects they were talking about for their experiments.
Yeah, some of the
Uh,
smaller subjects.
Science requires sacrifice. Wonder if this is Howard Killian's motto.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna Google science requires sacrifice and see if that brings anything up.
Go ahead and give me a library use roll or an education, whichever is better.
I can spend 4 points of no, sorry, that's wrong. That is an 84 over 60 for education, so no.
Yeah, nothing quite comes up that matches to anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
No.
I don't think this is right because I don't think science necessarily requires sacrifice. I think this is rantings of a madman, if you ask me.
It suggests someone might have been willing to sacrifice his research assistants.
Is there anything else in the room if we do a spot hidden or anything or look around? Do we find anything else?
You can give spot hidden a try.
Success.
Success here too. I got a 19 under 50, so I got a hard actually.
Oh, yes.
Inside,
You guys are
next
the
to
pros.
next to the desk, there's a small cabinet kind of on the wall. And as you kind of get a closer look at that through the opaque, nearly blacked out glass, you see one last cage with a tarp still over it, hidden inside this cabinet.
Oh,
Okay.
ho.
Take a look, to take a closer look at it.
You open up the cabinet and you take off the sheet from the
Take off the
cage.
tarp.
I'm gonna need sanity rolls from both of you.
That's a
19.
pass.
All right.
18.
Compared to the much bigger monstrosity you've seen tonight, this is small potatoes, literally. As inside this cage, somehow breathing, is a mouse whose fur has all but fallen off, its body shriveled and decayed from malnutrition and dehydration, but that same green glow is in its eyes as every breath is haggard and labored, as if its lungs are barely holding together themselves. And you can tell it's bigger than any rat or mouse you've ever seen. Its legs are twisted at odd angles as its legs have been broken and healed and broken again, seemingly over and over and over. You're not quite sure how many times, but whatever this thing is, it's clearly suffering.
Is there a number on the cage?
I'm gonna, if it's suffering, I'm gonna mercifully take my, I don't know, I'm not like Twofer. I don't know if you want to film this for your podcast, but I'll pick
All
up my
right.
pointed stick and just mercifully just kind of put it down, put that stick right through its head if I can.
It
Is
doesn't even have the breath to give a final release of air, but it does stop. The number of this cage is 206.
I don't know if that's one of the numbers that we saw before. Which was the one that was the success?
173.
173. Well, that's a sad little thing. Yeah, I've taken a video of that poor little thing put out of its misery. Okay, I mean, well, we're going to repeat this for the other labs here. I don't know if you
Yeah,
want to
we
stick
head
with
to lab
us.
2 next. I don't know if you want to jump to
Maybe you want to flip,
this, but
yeah, jump
Yeah,
to the other team.
we'll cut to the first floor crew as you move on to the next lab. And as the three of you are kind of still hiding on the stairwell, kind of looking around the corner, again, there's this haggard man looking in. He seems confused and trepidatious towards the front door. Again, he's still about 10 feet, maybe 15 away from it. He's just more looking in than anything, still muttering to himself.
Hey, you! I'll yell.
As soon as you shout out, he immediately freezes as you see his mouth stop moving. It doesn't look like he's seen you yet.
I'll,
As you
I'll,
as you hear a voice call out back, "Enlightened one, is that your voice? Uh, have you returned?"
Guy's crazy.
that shit crazy.
Mhm.
This is
Uh,
cool.
as as he lifts his head up and you're able to get a good look at his face, one of his eyes is that sickly pulsating green.
Who are you? What's your name? Step inside through the door.
I
Don't
I'm
move, though.
uh as you give out the command, he falls to a knee. He doesn't make a move. I am but a humble servant to you, your will. The others will be so pleased to hear you've returned.
The others.
Christ, there's others. Who are you? What's your name?
I long forgotten. 304.
Test subject 304.
He nods.
304.
What did they do to you?
What you mean what you have done, enlightened one? They I've I've been improved, greatly improved. I no longer need to eat. I no longer need to sleep. I have been shown so much. You your gift has granted me so much, and so much to the others. They claimed your body no longer worked, no longer spoke, but here you are.
The fuck do we do with this?
I don't know.
How many others are there?
The the four disciples, your four disciples, and of course the others, the other tests.
How many other tests?
Countless come and gone, mostly gone. 7 remain, including myself.
So 11 people.
Are we ready to leave this place yet?
It's
We're
still the middle of the
outnumbered.
night.
I
Ricky.
please,
Where
enlightened one, you must come with me to the sanctuary. Your disciples will be so pleased to have you return to them.
we have business to finish here first, but go back to the others and tell them not to come here. We will come there. I am lying.
I got that.
Tell them
As
to wait for us.
I will need either a talk fast or persuasion as you say us and we.
Let's see.
Oh,
Uh,
it's the royal we.
persuade. I'll use persuade. I've got 70 at persuade.
Cool.
And I rolled 88.
Spend the luck.
I'll spend the 18 luck. That's a lot of luck.
You see this man, he seems to be confused for a second as you say us and we, but he quickly just shakes his head. Yes, I will spread word, I will tell them. Oh, they will be most overjoyed. And he gets up from his kind of kneeling stance and bows deeply at the door before running off north to the other end of the parking lot. Just keeps going.
I'm going to yell up the stairwell. Guys, we might have company. Oh
We
no.
better find the
Oh no.
others
Oh
and
no. Oh no.
We need
we
to
gotta
get out of
decide.
here.
Do we hear that when Shiloh yells?
Yeah, I'll say Shiloh's voice is able to carry high enough that you can hear it even.
Yeah. So instead of heading to the second lab when we're coming out of the first lab, I head over to the stairwell and I kind of yell back to Shiloh. And I'm like, company, what do you mean?
There's, well, the guy was one of the previous test subjects. And apparently there's at least 11 of them that are still alive.
Well, they got some more test subjects up here, but we found another test subject, but it's not a human one. It was a
Well,
mouse.
apparently the four disciples, I think they've turned it into some kind of weird religion.
I don't know about that. Do you want to search the rest of these labs up here? There's some
Well,
laboratories.
I told them not to come here, but at the same time, we need to be prepared if they do. Yeah, let's go up. Let's see if we can find
Let's
some
just
Come
go
check
in
out
through.
these labs. We need to get this on tape for our show.
Yeah.
As-
Lab 2.
Yeah, you begin to
But maybe a bit
systematically.
faster.
Yeah, you make your way through the rest of the labs. None of the other ones seem to bear any real fruit other than the first one. The rest are either in just various states of decay or not much to them.
Let's check out the break room really quick then.
And then let's go
Yeah,
up to 3.
You pop into the break room, and immediately the difference between this room and the labs is very apparent, as in the center of the room there is what appears to have been a memorial to Howard T. Killian. You see there's a picture, there's a few odds and ends that they may have given. It's mostly like valuables, like a few watches, some things like that. Uh, but the thing that stands out most is an old yellowed page of paper, and sitting next to it, or at least atop it, kind of acting as a paperweight, is a vial of this strange green substance. It's a very small one. But whoever goes up to inspect the page will find this.
August the 17th, 1963. My work has continued to fall short of expectations. My equipment and facilities cannot handle the number of subjects needed for further testing, and my funds are running low. If only there were a way I could both find new subjects and produce funding for my work. I need a place for my science to thrive, somewhere for my subjects to roam, to keep public eye where I want it, a place where I may work in peace, a sanctuary. Howard T. Killian. So I guess we take the vial.
Hey, that was dated. That was dated 1963. Killian, yeah, that's how Killian got the idea to come here.
Was he trying this guy that we saw a few minutes ago? You say he's dirty and haggard and all sorts of that. How old did he look?
He looked maybe about like 30.
Was he trying to develop an immortality drug or anti-aging drug?
Or he was testing children. That subject was 10 years old when he was tested 20 years ago, and now he's 30. He was testing kids.
We didn't ask whether he was part of the... That would make sense too, because he had some sort of weird religion.
But didn't it match the number of, there was 4 disciples or 4 of these with 4 computers that we've seen logged in. So it's just the employees that's gotten contaminated by this. Plus,
but the creature, when it ran away, stopped bleeding. And this guy said to us that he doesn't have to eat
Right.
food.
He's achieved their immortality, but
The mouse, the
cost.
mouse that I found when you guys were downstairs, it had survived for 20 years without eating food.
Yeah, that's
But it was
impossible.
in tremendous pain. I put it out of its misery. Maybe I should have kept it alive long enough to let Henry film it, but
I
Who
mean,
I
filmed it? I captured that. You can see here. It's on my phone.
yeah,
And yeah,
it's
Twofer
disgusting.
shows the mouse.
I mean, I'm almost thinking, I don't know what comes to my mind, but there's that ancient Greek myth about the person who asks the gods for immortality, but forgets to ask about not aging. And they just keep getting older and older and older. So maybe it was a good attempt at immortality, except the people slowly age, like the mouse. I mean, 20 years for that mouse would be like 30 times its normal lifespan.
there's the green liquid right there in the vial.
Well, we should grab that as a sample.
Yeah, can I take
Yeah.
maybe a closer look at it, maybe a
Here
natural
it
world
is.
or something?
Yeah, go for it.
Uh,
I've got natural world as
that
well.
is a fail, 57 over 40. I'm befuddled by the
I got
There's
17. I got 17, and my natural world is reasonably good, is it? I think so. Oh no, it isn't. My natural world is 10, so I can spend luck, but I won't. I mean, it's a green thing. That's all.
yeah, there's nothing natural about whatever's in that vial.
like nothing I've ever
Occult.
seen before.
It isn't an occult thing either, is it? This is weird science. That's what it is. And I
Is it the
don't have
kind
weird
of
science.
is it the kind of vial that you open and pour it onto something like food, or is it the kind that has the rubber stopper for
The
like
rubber
an
stopper for
injection?
injection.
Okay. Well, bring it with us and
We're leaving, right?
I'll
What more do we need to do?
let's
We've
go
got the
upstairs and
story.
see the third floor. Maybe there's answers up there too. That was his
I'll
private
put
rooms.
absolutely. I'll put it in a cigarette case, in a cigarette pack.
Mm. Yeah,
So
you slide the vial away with your smokes.
yeah, so it's not going to break or anything.
And as you guys ascend to the third floor, you see that basically the stairway heads up to basically what looks like a sideways hall, and directly across on the left side of the wall opposite you as you're walking up the stairs is the entrance to the office, and you see on a now kind of aged and worn placard the office of Howard T. Killian, just on the side of the wall.
Is it
And
unlocked?
as you try the door, it is locked.
These internal doors are usually pretty flimsy. I'm going to
Maybe
give it a
kick it open.
kick.
Yep. Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a strength or a fighting brawl, whichever is better.
This my fighting roll. My strength is better.
I'm getting a good picture of Shiloh
Okay.
kicking this door in.
I got a 60 out of 50. So I kick the door and it kicks back and I fall over like an idiot. Damn it.
All on film. Got it all.
All on film.
I'm gonna go up there and
Killian.
give it a kick.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
let
I'm gonna
Killian
try
do
it.
it. He's the
Yeah.
fucking
Alright.
muscle.
Go
I'm
right
gonna
ahead,
try it.
Killian. It's all yours.
Oh, I got it. I got not 4, so
Oh.
Okay.
that's
Obviously.
extreme.
Killian, you give it one good kick around the door handle and it pops open, easy peasy. As you walk in, this is probably the most well preserved room. The windows up here haven't been touched. They are old, they're stained, they're covered in foliage, but they are closed, and seemingly no one has opened that door in however long it's been shut and locked.
Years.
The room looks as if it just stepped out of when this place was built. The carpet's still relatively nice. There is a large oak desk at the back of the room. There are a few taxidermied specimen on the walls, a few stuffed heads of various animals. There is a full cougar on one part of the wall on a little stand. And there are a few bookshelves kind of surrounding the desk, as well as one kind of glass lockbox on one side of the room that is still locked and shut. But inside there's a black leather-bound book. It's about as thick or thicker than maybe like a King James Bible. It's a big book, though there's no religious memorabilia on top of it at all. It's just dark black leather that almost looks stitched together by hand. And there's also sitting atop the desk the remnants of seemingly a private journal. A few of its pages torn out, but the last one and the most legible is the one it is open to.
June 13th, 1942. This book I have recovered is exactly as old, uh, is exactly as that old shaman said it would be, a trove of knowledge and science that none would believe exist. Ways to revive the dead, prolong the years of the living, all hidden away in an ancient place of worship to things beyond our stars. Perhaps it was a gift? Nonetheless, I will dedicate my life to unlocking these secrets. I will become the first to see the fruits of these experiments written in these ancient parchments. May this idea never fade. Howard T. Killian.
I'm going to get the book.
The cabinet that it is locked in is shut and locked, though there is
And
no
it's like a
visible
glass
external
cabinet?
lock. Glass cabinet.
I wonder.
I don't have locksmith, but I do have mechanical repair. Sometimes, you might allow a hard mechanical repair and
Check
You can
and
give it
see
a
if
try.
locksmith.
it looks like a really old book. Maybe it's uh, hermetically sealed so that it's not doesn't deteriorate. Uh,
Preston, if
just
you want
before
to try
we,
that check.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a regular success, but not a hard. So I don't know. It's up to you whether or not I have any success with this. I got
As you're
64 under 70.
going to kind of examine the lock, kind of seeing where one would be, you do notice there are indentations. Like you can tell the lock is there, but it's unlike any lock you've ever seen. This is something custom made for this case. For
check his
Mr.
desk.
Mm-hmm.
Check his desk.
Like a
Maybe there's a key
puzzle?
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
as
big is the
you're
case?
it's about like 5 foot by maybe one, like
It's
more
just
It's
wide than it
case.
is
it's very
tall.
big compared.
Big.
Yeah, we can't just take it and then
Right.
open it later. No.
Yeah.
Let's check his desk and see if there's a key or a cipher or something.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and make me a spot hidden rolls, anyone who would like to.
I will. I got
I
an
got a
03.
success.
There you go.
Well, I don't have it that good. I got a regular.
Yeah.
As you're poking around the desk, you're pulling back the chair, you're taking every angle look. As you're looking under the desk in the space where your legs would go as you're sitting down, there's a small hidden button in like the back right corner of the top. And as you press it, you hear the mechanical click of a lock opening from the case.
I think that's it. See if you can open it.
Okay, I'll try to open it.
Pops open easy. Despite how well kept the inside was, there's immediately this strange smell that seems to come from the book. It's old and slightly sour.
Well, I hope that's not mold. Uh,
Just try not to inhale any of it.
It's what most people are afraid of with books is that they'll, rot away.
Well,
Let's put it on the desk and
it's
take
all
a
yours.
look.
It's all yours, boss.
I'll take it and set it gingerly on the desk.
This
Is there
this is a
anything written on
heavy
it?
book, Shiloh. This is probably at least a 10-pound book. It's
Okay.
thick.
It's a
It's
tome.
like a big Bible, a tome. Yeah.
Mm. But
Uh,
as you set it down, as you're kind of examining it in your hands, this nothing too extravagant is on the cover. It is made of a dark leather that seems to have been stitched by hand. And as you set it down and open it up, this is written in an archaic dialect that you can't quite put your finger on. If you would like to attempt, I'll have you do an education roll.
okay.
It is in English, right?
Not English.
Not English.
I got a 42 out of 70. Um, two. I'll spend I'll spend 8 to make it hard.
As you begin reading, give me a willpower check.
I got a 57 and my willpower is 50.
All right.
That's a fail.
Yeah, it's a fail. I could spend 7 points to pass, but I think I want to see what happens.
Well, to start, as you start reading, you feel something almost start to creep into the back of your head as you're looking at these words that almost seem to rearrange themselves in just the right way that you can make out what they say. And as you're flipping through, you see diagrams of horrible monsters that aren't of this world, like their anatomies, their diagrams, how they work, these ancient rituals that require parts of their bones or blood or brain, you're not quite sure. But as you begin to read this book and this knowledge is seemingly imprinted on you by some unseen force, you will lose 5 points of sanity and gain 5 points of Cthulhu mythos.
Am I going to take a involuntary?
Yes, that will inflict an involuntary madness upon you.
Does this tome have a name? Is there a title of this tome, or is it untitled?
No, it said there was
Untitled
nothing on
and
the cover.
nameless.
Do you want me to roll or
Yeah. I'll have you go ahead and see how this book affects you.
Red mist.
Don't do that because that's exactly what I rolled.
Oh shit.
So
All right. Then
you
I
called
will
it in the air.
I will ask to the rest of you, who's next to Shiloh as they read?
I mean, obviously, it's me because
Cameraman.
I'm the cameraman.
I've got the boom mic over. I'm
Yeah, Shiloh, as you read this, you start to see red as something just manages to snap the right chord in your head that you need to punch someone and you need to punch them hard. I'll say it's up to you whether it's Preston or Henry. Both of them are close to you.
Well, let's say I feel the camera right here and I just backhands towards it.
Fair, it's fair.
But I should still do a fighting brawl to see if I actually hit him.
Yeah, give me a brawl.
Oh, you're lucky. I got a 73 out of 40. So probably hit the side of the camera.
Hey, Shiloh, watch it. That's a valuable camera. We need it for our show.
I'm going to start swinging my arms. Like I've
Killian, grab a
insane.
hold of this guy. Calm him down.
I'm
He's just having a
behind
little
because
fit.
I've been
He'll be all right.
filming all of you
Mm.
sort of meta to capture the team. So I'm capturing this this madness, and I don't quite know what to do. I'll put the phone down because I don't. But
I
I'll
also
see
rolled.
what's happening.
I rolled 9 rounds. So
Well,
I'm
Killian,
swinging. If you guys want to try to restrain
yeah,
me,
Killian,
it's-
you see your
Yeah.
boss is starting to go ballistic.
I'll try to restrain him, but
you have to grapple me.
well,
Yeah, give me opposed strength checks.
post drink chest.
I failed. I can't really
kinda
act,
hard.
so
Yeah, Killian, you're able to take down Shiloh and kind of tackle him to the ground and keep him held.
Just hold him down.
I'll help. You know,
I'll help now.
Yeah, with Killian and the rest kind of dogpiling on you, Shiloh. It lasts a while, but you eventually
about 9
stop
minutes.
thrashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a round is only like 5 or 6 seconds, so it only lasts like
Yeah.
Like about a
8
minute.
seconds or something. About a minute or so, yeah.
Yeah, like a minute or two after the dog pile, you eventually calm down. You're back in your own head.
What's
wrong, boss?
the book? There's things. It showed me things.
What are you talking about? A book? A book can't do that.
Don't read it. But bring it with us.
Are we ready to go now? This is way past us.
It's still the middle of the night.
So we got here. We can make it out.
I think it's time to hoof it.
Make it where?
Back. We get back to
You
the
wanna go
camp.
back?
Get back to civilization.
But we got
Taking
another
these-
we got another facility to explore.
This one about what are we doing?
This is the best show we've ever done.
Well,
I mean, we
because
can't back out now. We gotta
because things
do
have
the
gotten
whole
real.
thing. We
Because
gotta get
things
to
have gotten
climax.
real.
Think about
Nothing
how
else
much
has
money.
been like this.
Think about how much money we're gonna make from this. It's gonna be this is gonna put us through the stratosphere. We're gonna be like full time. We're gonna be mainstream after this.
This is so
We're
extreme.
not even gonna be
People are not
we're
even gonna
mainstream.
believe it. They're not
We
even
have to
gonna
get the
believe it.
book out now. We've got to get the book
We'll get our own
out.
network TV
Neil
show.
deGrasse
Grab the
Tyson will be interviewing us.
Yeah,
Sure.
Shiloh, you scoop up the book from the desk and you're clutching it tight.
Got to get the
As-
book out. People need to know.
Yeah,
No.
you feel a deep connection with this book now. You can't let this out of your sight. You
No.
can't let this out of your hands.
I'm going to just start walking. I'm intending to walk out of the whole thing.
I guess we have to follow our boss, but
As you're making your way
Protect
out
the
the
book.
office door, as you're making your way out the office door back to the stairs, the lights in the building suddenly all go out, plunging you into darkness again. The rumble of the generator slows to nothing but silence. And
Flashlights.
in that silence, there's about 5 other sets of feet down below you, making their way up the stairs.
I'm blocking that door as best I can.
boss, you're the enlightened one. You just tell them to go away.
I told you to stay away. I'll yell. I'm going to keep going forward.
You're gonna go out the door down the stairs.
I'm heading towards the stairs.
All right.
got to be another way down. Has to be another way down.
Probably more than one set of stairs in a building that's big, 3 stories high.
I'm following my boss.
As you shout out Shiloh, a voice rises to meet you. I do believe the good doctor is very much not you, whoever thou art. Come quietly, and he may prove and he may prove merciful to you. Or we could have fun dragging you back.
Kill them all, I yell to my people.
My rifle.
I grab my pointed stick and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
If the door can be jammed or, a bar pressed through it, so at least they couldn't open it for a while.
Shiloh and Preston at this point are outside the office. Shiloh hasn't stopped moving to the stairs.
I'm gonna
Protect
try
the
to
book.
grab Shiloh. I'm like, I think it's a little dangerous, boss. I think
All right.
you better go back in with the others.
You can grapple me.
All right.
Right as the two of you
yeah.
kind of stop at the top of the stairs, Preston, you're able to get Shiloh and kind of get a hand on his shoulder. You hear something whoosh through the air and clatter off a wall as something glass breaks halfway up the third step as this mist starts to seep up and down the stairway. And I will have both of you make constitution rolls.
That is a fail. 73 over 40.
56 over 40.
Fail.
As the gas reaches you, you immediately feel the exhaustion of the night hit you like a freight train as you're drowsy and dizzy. And I'm going to have you both make luck checks to see if you don't fall down the stairs.
I got a 32 out of 40, so I don't fall down.
I got an 82. That is a fail.
Shiloh, you're fine. You fall flat on your back onto the landing. You're okay. Preston, you unfortunately fall forwards, and you take 3 points of damage as you fall down the stairs and end up hitting your head at the bottom as you are knocked unconscious.
Ooh, ow, ooh.
I'm going to try to turn around and go back into the room.
Shiloh, you're able to crawl into the office right as whatever this gas is takes you and also renders you unconscious.
We'll pull him in and shut this door.
Yeah.
Preston
Block it as best we
fell.
can.
He served his purpose. He tried to protect the book, and he fell.
Henry, as you're getting this footage of Shiloh, down below, these unseen figures, some of them grab Preston and begin to drag him out of the building.
Now
And
you
I
see
believe,
him out the window.
through the window of the office, you can see these figures, the two that have grabbed him, hulking and larger than any human ought to be, each grabbing an arm, dragging him along the concrete and mud.
We need to get up to the roof.
How long before the dawn?
It's about 4 a.m. at this point. Daylight's about 3 hours away.
I can get us help if we get up onto the roof.
What, you gonna call in a helicopter or what?
And I'm like, the book can save us.
Aren't you knocked out?
No,
No, he
not
passed. He
No,
survived.
I know.
Yeah.
The book.
Okay,
The
let's get on
gas
with
has made Shiloh a little loopy.
I don't know how the
This-
book's going to help us.
Is this real life?
I don't think this is a fantasy.
Get us up to the roof. We're safe on the roof.
And on that note, we will cut away and we'll have to tune in next time for the thrilling 3-part conclusion of Terephobia. Unless we do have more time and I have the wrong time here.
It's a good
No, I
break.
think you're wrong.
It's that was 2
Good
hours.
break.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Our players included Justin Bumgardner, Andrew Buchanan, Julian Arba, Thomas Grims, and myself, with Connor McLean as the keeper of arcane lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.